Hey everybody, in today's video I'm going to be walking you through the basics of setting a countdown timer on your Garmin Fenix 7 series watch. Now I'm using the 7X Solar Sapphire, shouldn't matter which version of the Fenix 7 you've got. The other thing I'll say is I'm going to be using the buttons, I won't be using touchscreen, but if you've got one of the 7 models that have touchscreen functionality, you could obviously use touchscreen as well. So let's start by pressing and holding the middle button on the left side, and then we're going to go down to clocks, press the upper right button to select clocks, and then we're going to need to be on timers. If you're not already there, just use the up or down button to go to timers. You'll see I have no active timers. All that means is there's not currently a timer running in the background. I can press the upper right button and we can get in and we can start building our timer. Now by default, it's going to drop you in on the minutes unless you had previously had an hour set. If you wanted to set a timer that has hours, you can simply press the back button and it'll take you to set hours. So I'm going to leave my hours at 0. I'm going to go ahead and press the up or down button to choose my minutes. Let's do a 5-minute timer. I can adjust seconds if I wanted to, but again, I'm just going to do 5 minutes. Press the upper right button. It's saying, hey, 5-minute timer. Yep, that looks good to me. Now we've successfully built a timer. We're ready to run our timer. The nice thing about the timer is you can always see the current time of day on your watch face. That's what this value up here is showing. Current time of day. Here's my timer. You'll notice there's some dots over here, which basically tells me if I go to the menu, I've got some options, but let's not do that yet. Let's just do the basics of the timer. I'm gonna press the upper right button to start it. You'll also notice those dots disappeared once I started the timer. Now my timer is currently running. It's showing me it's a 5-minute timer. That's the timer length. This is the current time of the timer. I can stop. I can resume. I can restart. If I don't want to stop, if I know, hey, I need to restart it, I can just simply press this bottom left button and I've restarted the timer. Or I can stop it and then restart, set it back to 5, and then have to start it manually. So that's the basics of the timer. Now, let's just go ahead and go back. We've set our 5-minute timer. Now we're good to go. Did we actually do anything? No. We went and built what's called a quick timer. We used it, but we didn't set it. So if we want to go back and do a timer again, we're going to have to rebuild it. Now we're going to build a timer, but we're actually going to save it for future use. So let's do the same thing. Press and hold the menu button. Let's go down to clocks, select clocks, choose timers. I still got our values from before, so it's not that hard. But this time, we're going to go ahead and press the menu button where these 3 dots are. And we can go in and we can do some options on this timer. For example, we could save it. So let's save the timer. We'll go back in. We can also choose, restart would just be whether or not we want to restart a timer that's currently running. We can also choose what kind of noise we want the timer to make when it goes off. By default, sound and vibrate is going to be on, but if we choose this value, we can set it so that it just gives a noise whenever the timer is done. It just gives a vibration, it gives both, or it gives none, which basically means you'll be able to see it on your watch, but you won't hear any sound or feel any vibration. You can set that however you want. This value is per timer, so it's kind of nice. You can have, one timer out there that has vibration, you can have another timer that doesn't. Once we've got it set, we can simply press the back button. And again, we've got the same options as we had before. We can start, we can stop, we can reset. But now when we go back, you'll see under timers, we've got our save timer. You still got the option for a quick timer. A quick timer would basically be, hey, look, I'm grilling some barbecue. I just want to set a quick 10-minute timer, but I don't need to save it or anything. I just want to start the timer, get going. When I get done with it, I'm done with it. That's what a quick timer is. Pretty simple stuff. If you ever wanted to delete a previous timer, you can see, you'll notice that there's an icon over here showing whether the timer is currently running or not. So my quick timer is running, but my save timer is off. If I wanted to delete a save timer, you wouldn't choose the timer. In your timer list, you're going to go to the very bottom and you're going to choose edit, and then you're going to choose the timer you want to edit. Go to the very bottom of the list and you can delete the timer. My one active timer is still running. That's my quick timer. I'm going to stop it, restart it, and go back. Once you're done, you can always go back. I should have mentioned, let me show you that. I should have shown you that. Oops. Let's just do a really quick timer. 10 minutes. You don't have to stay in the timer screen while your timer is running. You can have multiple timers running at the same time, but you can also go back to your main watch face. You can go do an activity. You can do anything you want to on the watch. That timer will be running in the background. So if I press and hold the menu button and I go to clocks, or again, if I've got clocks set up in my control menu, I can see that I've got an active timer running back there and I can get back to it. It'll also show me once the timer has gone off, even if I'm not in the timer screen. So if I'm in my main watch face and the timer is done, it'll let me know that from the main watch face. Pretty simple stuff. I hope the video helps. At least it gives you some basics of how to use the countdown timer on your Fenix 7 series watch. Thanks for watching.